Hi, I'm Jim Spina. I'm a recovered alcoholic, a nuclear physicist, and author of a best selling book entitled I Almost Murdered a Complete Stranger. I want to introduce you to my dog, Xena, warrior princess. Xena has a special role in my life. She's going to lie down. This dog, I suffered from alcoholism for 42 years, 42 desperate years. The last 10 years of it, I was very ill with cirrhosis and a number of other medical conditions that caused severe GI hemorrhaging. I bled for 10 years. Eventually, I bled out. And when I awoke from a coma in that hospital, my alcoholism had been lifted from me. But I found out something extra. I found out a lot of things extraordinary after that. And one of them was, unfortunately, my daughter found me on my kitchen floor. And I still carry deep regrets that it was my daughter that saw her father lying in a pool of dark red blood. But standing by my side was Xena. I was alone in the house with her. She didn't know what to do. She's an extremely loyal warrior, and she is a warrior princess. Doctors estimate, because when I got to the hospital, I was hypothermic. My body was freezing to death, critically dehydrated. I needed over a gallon of water, in addition to pints of blood and plasma. My heart was undergoing nuclear meltdown. It was beating 170 beats per minute, trying to do more with less, oxygenate my body with the tiny amount of blood I had left. And I went into respiratory distress and failure. I ended up in a coma on a mechanical ventilator, being tube fed. I came out of that coma with alcoholism have been lifted from me. The most blessed miracle I could ever describe and that I could ever conceive that could be given to any man. Because the truth of the matter is, during my NDE experience, the dialogue I had with my divinity, I didn't want to go back. And I remember explicitly expressing that if I have to go back as an alcoholic, I didn't want to go back. But I was assured it had been lifted from me, and it had been. And it had been, and I thank God every single minute of every day when I wake up that I don't have a compulsion, an obsession, a desire, a craving to drink, which I had for 42 years. When you do something for 42 years, they say if you do something for 30 days, it's a habit. When you do something for 42 years, your brain doesn't know any other way of thinking. So I'm shocked, literally, it's been 2.5 years when I wake up and I realize I don't want to drink. It's still a strange feeling like not being in yourself. But it immediately brings me to a point of gratitude because now I'm happy, I'm refreshed, I give thanks to my God, and I can step out of bed happy that I can walk the day, work the day, learn, grow, help others without wanting, without the insane compulsion to drink, and go to bed happy that when just before I shut my eyes, I didn't have a desire to drink. She was by me. She was by me for those. They estimated I was on that floor for 8 hours. She stood by me. My daughter said she was there, anxious, when she stepped in, whining. I'm sure she had no idea what to do. I should have taught her how to dial 911. She's very smart. Ever since that happened, we've had a strange bond. She is woven tightly to me. And there was a spiritual bonding that occurred. This dog is my warrior princess. She was there for me. There was a reason she stood vigil over me. There was a reason there was life in that room. That I wasn't lying there lifeless in a lifeless room. I'm convinced of that. I wanted you to meet her. My hope is that you'd become willing to believe. Willing to believe. That's all. that it's possible for you to break the shackles of alcoholism that are crucifying you right now. And I wish an extra blessing on you too, that you got a friend to see you through it all, like I do. Thanks, folks, for listening to me.